tell you what, Kieran, hell seems to be freezing over a lot lately.
Hell freeze, exactly, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on that you're like, shit, alright, this is a wild year. And especially for wrestling fans, because finally everybody, John Cena's a heel, baby. And we're in for the ride of our lives. Let's fucking go, boys.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like, I know, obviously, the build-up to this pay-per-view was pretty wild with the Rock asking for Cody Rhodes' soul. Was pretty odd, you know, the build-up to WrestleMania. But yeah, did not have John Cena turning heel on my bingo card. Especially when it's, you know, it's been built up as this retirement tour thing for like a whole year, because he announced it like in Toronto, like July something, before the year had started. But in my mind, he's pulled the wool over us. He's done a Mark Henry, you know.
Well, the thing is, I think it's
we all thought he was going to go away, but maybe he's not.
No, I still think it is his farewell tour. I just think it makes his farewell tour interesting, right? Because if he wins the title at Mania, the rest of the year kind of sucks. If he wins the if he wins the title at Mania as a babyface, rest of the year kind of sucks, because you then spend majority of the year, especially because he's announced that it's his final year of wrestling. Yep. You would spend the majority of the year having matches that are just Cena wins lol, because you assume because he's not going to drop the title early before he retires. He's probably going to have a last match and drop the title in the last match. Now, at least he's a heel, so it's different. He can have this storyline with The Rock on them being kind of the new kind of overarching power in the WWE. It then also kind of, maybe whether the audience wants it or not, like, it kind of writes Cody back as the baby face to rule all baby faces, because there was definitely that kind of wonder as if he was going to become that Homelander-esque kind of figure, which I really had hoped for. Because like Cody's heel work in his indie run prior to coming back to WWE, it was fucking amazing. And prior to AEW was really good. So I was looking forward to that if it did come about. Even in the moment after they lingered for a very long time after he told The Rock to get fucked, that I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be like a double swerve, and they're gonna Cody will once again turn on Cena and then say no, because I like the Homelander angle. I like it. I think it's it'll be a cool storyline. Then to do that with John Cena, to immediately have that John Cena moment when he's looking at The Rock while hugging Cody, and you're like, oh shit, something's happening here, and like The Rock starts to do his hand motions. And I
don't know if you know this, but that's the hand motion he gave it when he showed up randomly at the end of Bad Blood with Cody and Roman.
Okay.
You know? Yep. So he tied that back in. Apparently I watched the press conference.
Okay. My biggest thing, the thing that frustrates me about Rock is like, I don't want to see him in like 2 days' time coming in like cutting like a "Hi, I'm Dwayne" promo, you know? I'm not the final boss character, because in the last like couple months where he's had this final boss persona, he has bounced between being the final boss and being, hey, I'm good guy Dwayne, far too often. And it's been very weird. I'd rather him just kind of mesh in the middle or be in the melt of it. It's just, even then, when I'm watching the Elimination Chamber,
kayfabe is dead for The Rock, you know.
He's
completely playing a character when he's in the ring. Any other time he is
he's Dwayne. But I just don't. I don't know.
You don't like the illusion breaking?
I just wish there was some kind of through line. If you want to make it real, but just like, you know, put the through line through it. I don't want to see The Rock having a beer with Cody Rhodes, or talking about having a beer with Cody Rhodes and John Cena, talking about how great that was. Because it was amazing. Like, it was really well done. It was really funny. I was actually sat there watching the Elimination Chamber, and there was one moment, I reckon CM Punk took about 6 finishes. Maybe more. And I was like, bro,
he's finally going to win. He's going to win. He's going to go to the main
event. No, my thing was more, I was sat there going, if this was Cena, if Cena was copying all these finishes and still wasn't going out, everybody would be fucking livid. Everybody would be like, oh, it's Super Cena again. doing what he did back in the late 2000s. He's just tanking everything. And I was like, this is really fucking weird that we're doing this, but sure, do it. Okay. I don't know. I think we've got some we've got some good matches set up. Like, I'm excited for Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I'm not that excited about Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Like, that kind of feels like a nothing match. Logan's going to insert himself somewhere. Like, I don't know. Maybe that Seth Rollins
is going to go AJ Styles.
Oh, that's right. AJ Styles. Yeah, okay. AJ Styles, CM, and Logan. Like,
I think everything's on the table. I don't think anything is concrete other than the confirmed title matches and Brandy versus Kevin.
Even then, it's so funny. I had this fan moment. Not this fan moment, but I had this moment where I was like, man, is Randy going to turn on Sammy and join Kevin and be like, you know what, Kevin, you're right?
Maybe.
I like that. This was.
I mean, that is not off the table as well. John Cena just turned heel. Anything is possible.
I know, but like even in that moment, you know what? I was frustrated watching that match because the commentary for me was not lining up totally with what was actually going on. Because like Michael Cole would be like, "Oh, Kevin's excited about this. He's excited that he's just hurt Sami Zayn." And you look at and Kevin Owens was not excited. He was like distraught. Like he was a man that was very has got a war going on himself with his emotions. Same thing as when Randy turned up. Kevin Owens' reactions wasn't somebody who was like determined to fight or was angry or
fuck it, let's get it on.
Like was just like
was resigned to.
It was almost like it hurt him that he was going to have to fight Randy, and that it hurt. And like there's like this humanity to Kevin Owens' heel.
But that's kind of the story, isn't it? He's a misunderstood heel,
which Everybody's
I love. Projecting this certain way that he is, but he's got his own internal story himself, so it kind of works.
Yeah.
That match was crazy. That they did all that shit, and they both managed not to bleed at any point,
which is good, which is very good. I think Elimination Chamber good overall. PLE. It's nice. It's very funny, right? It's the fact that it's so available now. Like it's very easy just to be like,
oh yeah, Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. I'll be there. Sweet. So you see like my thing was I didn't start from the start. I jumped in when I was scrolling through social media and the Naomi and Jade Cargill spot was happening. I was like, holy fuck.
Pretty close to the start.
It was pretty close to the start, right? But I was like, holy fuck. Like that's okay, that's insane. And then for me as a viewer, to immediately just open up my Netflix, jump on, watch it. Like I think there must be so many more eyes on the product now and so many more people watching. I think it's interesting. Where, I think I saw a post that was like somebody like, fuck, we now live in a world where we have Roman Reigns is a face, but like a good face in terms of like with a good character, not big dog face. Big dog face was bad. We now have that, and John Cena as a heel. That's fucking insane.
I mean, the crazy thing is I don't know where Roman fits on the card either.
I don't know where Roman fits on the card either. I think Roman has like this weird spot of, you know what? Back in the day, Roman would have the Taker match. Like there would be somebody that'd be like, "Man, we need you are this random person. What are we going to do with you?" Undertaker match. There we go. Bam. And they just don't have that spot anymore. They don't have that anymore. Where it's just like we don't really need something to like.
Unless you consider Roman that Undertaker spot now. You know?
The thing is, I don't think we'll ever see anything like the Undertaker.
Well, no one's going to have a streak like that ever again. But
we'll never see anything.
A guaranteed match, where that's kind of held up.
No, I thought it was also what Chris Jericho was mentioned on this card. I was like, the fuck.
They just dropped names everywhere. They talked about Daniel Bryan. They talked about Chris Jericho. I mean, it's just stats. So I mean, putting them.
It is, but it's just funny to. We're now in a WWE that isn't like secluded in its own little fucking bubble.
Fuck, anybody is not here anymore,
Like it's like we'll recognize our history based on the people who have gone to a different company, or we'll recognize and have a TNA title on the card, or it's it's good shit.
It's good shit.
Really good shit. Also, sorry, circle back to John Cena. Also makes perfect sense now why Cena got like an instant spot into the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
Like
it all kind of works going backwards straight from that elimination. It's like, was that the moment? I'm sure the story will play out. Like when did he like, when was he offered the deal? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But then it's also like,
why would you chase Chocolatey first? You know,
it is the problem is right though that you then have and this is a lot of things with heel turns. If you pick apart the heel turn too much, like it's like so Cena had for the story to work right. Cena has to win the Elimination Chamber, which then pulls away from the Elimination Chamber because it's like okay, this had to be the outcome.
Well, I mean, he doesn't need to. You know,
no, he does need to for him to be there.
Well, I mean, for it to play out exactly the same way.
But like, it makes no sense if it's not. It makes no sense. Like the storyline doesn't make if unless
then just John Cena comes out of the crowd.
That actually would have been even better if
John Cena does the solo Sikoa thing and comes in with a hoodie. Like
no. I actually thought it would even more interestingly because like you put the CM Punk there, but I guess if you really want to do CM Punk versus Rollins, you've got that. But like you have CM Punk and then The Rock with John Cena, like The Rock like forcibly puts John Cena in that match. And then it's a triple threat match between Cody, CM Punk, John Cena.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild. And I think that would help make up for maybe Cena not having good ring stamina at the moment. Or, I don't know. I'm very interested to see how the WrestleMania match goes overall, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting, 48-day build now till WrestleMania? Because, like, I feel like this event kind of affects everything else, like, especially because John's not going to be on TV very much because he's still filming Hot Wheels. No, not Hot Wheels. Matchbox, the Matchbox Cars movie, which is ridiculous. So I don't think he's going to be around for a few weeks. Rock said he flew like right after the event to Africa to do some more shooting from just flying in from Budapest. So
I don't know. They'll have something recorded for. And I really liked that John Cena turned up for his press conference, dropped the mic, and left.
Yeah,
and didn't do a press conference. That's fucking
very
great.
smart booking.
Which is very smart. I think. Yeah, it's very funny though that like, I guess the Royal Rumble this year maybe wasn't quite the spark to WrestleMania that it normally is. I think. Yes, we started the Jey Uso storyline. Maybe that, for some ways, I think that feels like that is running out of fuel a little bit or running out of gas a little bit.
I don't know. If you listen to anybody who's actually gone to a show, you're still way over.
Oh, maybe way over in that terms, entrance. But like of the entrance, but like the interest in that. I don't know. I've always been very iffy on that. I've always been iffy on the Jey Uso Gunther match and just the setup for it and just
I think Gunther's going to win, so I think.
Yeah, which is like kind of Gunther winning. You kind of feel like, man, it's kind of a waste of a Royal Rumble win in some ways.
But yeah, because the other thing is
the only reason I think it's a waste of a Royal Rumble win if Gunther wins isn't because of the Royal Rumble winner needs to win. It's more because of them having the match like a week or two out from Royal Rumble. Because then it's like, oh, okay, Jay's learned nothing. Jay looks like a fucking idiot. If he goes into WrestleMania and loses again, it's like, oh man, you just look like a fool.
Maybe. I mean, the only thing going for me is I can't imagine Charlotte beating Tiffy at this point. So, are you going to have both Royal Rumble winners lose? Do you know?
No, but generally, I don't think that matters so much. I could see Charlotte winning. I could see Charlotte winning more than I can see Jay winning.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe John Cena comes out and screws her because he doesn't want her to win more championships. Well, she's a 15, you know? Don't want to get close, you know? But yeah, it's freaking wild. Wild world we live in. Yeah, I feel like it's going to affect all the other people in the ecosystem. Like Drew McIntyre was like super heavy on John Cena, like calling him a hypocrite and everything, like in the lead up to this. And now he's been proven right, you know? And there's so much material you can kind of dig for, you know, about all the stories about John using his power to like screw people over in the past. And,
Even
like,
John Cena makes Kevin.
does he
right.
play into that, you know?
Like John, in a way, like John Cena, like also makes Kevin Owens right, and he's like, and even then, it makes Kevin even more right. Cody didn't have any friends. Nobody turned up to help Cody.
Yeah.
Where was Jey Uso? Where was Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn, of course, got the shit beaten out of him.
Where's Seth? He also got the shit beaten.
But where is, where is all of Cody's friends? Where is Randy?
Where's Ricky Saints?
Yeah, like where is all these people that are friends with? It just shows that Cody's alone, and it's like makes a really interesting.
Well, to be fair, there was multiple occasions where Cody got beat up last year, despite having multiple friends.
I think this is a big thing, though. Like this is like a big occasion. What we haven't mentioned yet, and what is a totally irrelevant thing, and the thing that made me it was like the only negative on that in the whole segment. Why the fuck was Travis Scott there? Why did he have a belt?
I don't know. He's just friends with The Rock, apparently.
He actually, like, to be honest, right, he even made it more clunky. Because clear, like, fuck me, either he was greened out to the fucking miles or just is dense. Because, like, Cena was clearly holding Cody's legs to, like, help The Rock whip him. And, like, Travis kind of, like, grabbed his head, punched him a couple times, and then just walked away. And you're like, no, like, I feel like you're supposed to hold his arms. So it is like you've fully restrained Cody.
Yeah.
It just looks fucking weird. It just looked very odd. The whole situation to have Travis Scott just randomly there.
It made them look like a trio at the end. Like that's a new faction. I can't imagine it is. Yeah. I mean, the other concern is like maybe John won't be very good as a heel. You know. I mean, the other big example of a major babyface going heel is like Steve Austin, and that didn't really work.
But then also you got Hulk Hogan, which was fucking insane.
That's true.
I think Cena has the ability to do it. I do think this will be like the positive. If Cena had done the heel thing like 10 years ago, I don't think it does as well. Anywhere near as well. Vince McMahon also cries because he's lost his biggest merch seller and he can't have that happen.
Think of all the t-shirts they're not going to sell.
No, exactly, right? They're not going to sell the Fruity Pebbles t-shirts.
They're going to, like, this is the farewell tour. This is the last cash grab.
But now I think Cody has all this experience acting and he has all this experience playing several bad guys throughout that period. Like, I think he's in the spot to do it. Like, I think he's in the perfect spot to do it and to make it interesting and to make it well thought out.
Yeah.
And to me, personally, and this is me thinking during the Elimination Chamber when he was a babyface, like, I really do hope they put the title on him because personally, I think he should be the 17-time world champion, the person who's held it the most in the male division. Should be him. He is like he is right for him to be called the GOAT in that terms. And I think Ric Flair has lost a lot of the glamour, the aura to his name to continue to have him as the 16 times. Yeah. As to continue to have him as in that conversation.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. I don't think anybody's going to break that record other than Cena. I don't think anyone's going to get close because they don't hopscotch the titles around as much as they did during that era. You know,
they did during Charlotte Flair's era of the women's division.
Well, yeah, they wanted to get her as high as quickly as possible. Her and Sasha, you know. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting because obviously we've been theorizing all these dream matches for Cena in his last run, thinking he would be the babyface and it'd be like, oh, what would be some great heels for him to go up against? You know, these young guys who are all bad guys, are like face versus face matches, and now he's going to be the bad guy. He's gonna wrestle different. You know, he's not going to do the 5 knuckle shuffle. He's going to give you the one finger shuffle.
No, I still think
You can't see me,
I still think all of Cena's moveset works as a heel. Like, I don't think he has to change that much. Even today, one of the things I was like, what the fuck, was CM Punk and him teaming up to take on Seth Rollins. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean, it was a heart attack, so I mean,
it was a heart attack, but like, he did it beforehand. Like, even just the moment of them coming together that side of the ring to go 2v1. Like, I was like, that's fucking insane for Cena.
I mean, people have also pointed out that like old Cena wouldn't have like capitalized on CM Punk getting stomped. Like, respect in that way. Yeah, so very interesting. The other just very funny thing is he did a meet and greet. Like, he did a like a meet and greet / make-a-wish like the day of.
Fuck.
All these people excited to go watch him later on. All these little kids. It's very weird because I imagine it would be a very different response for like the internet community, like the online wrestling community is like, oh my god, you turned heel. This is going to be so cool going forward. But then you got to think there's all these little kids who have gone to this show.
See, that for me, that's awesome. That's magic. That's like, to be honest, to me that is like envy of them. Like, like that is you've just had an amazing wrestling moment. The same to where you hear people talk about watching Hogan go heel, or watching the various great heel turns over the years. Like, for me, like, probably my favorite wrestling heel turn is still NXT, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Like, that heel turn on Kevin was fucking insane and was really fucking good. Like, I think there is, they have shit the bed, of course, with fucking the Big Show turning heel and face in the same match. Like, I think it's good.
It's good. Good time to be a wrestling fan in general, Good stuff happening. Alright, let's record Echo Couch.